Hi there, this is Sean, the Honest Book Reviewer, with another book review. In this video, we're talking about The Maid, written by Nita Prose. This is a really good book. It's one of the 12 books that GOODREADS has rated the top mystery or thriller novel for the first half of 2022. I've read a few books in that list so far. This book really deserves to be one of the top 12 books. I thought it was a great read. Let's talk more about this book now. The plot of this book is a great mystery. The main character, Molly, is a great voice, and the whole book is from her voice, basically. I thought she was a really engaging character, very original, very unique. I thought she was a perfect character for this book. And I love the way in this book that she's a maid in a hotel, is meant to blend into the background, but she stands out a lot. And she stands out for different reasons. Sometimes for the wrong reason. Sometimes she stands out and is used by people for the wrong reason. But she also comes across as a very strong character in certain ways. Not always, but she's written very cleverly, in my opinion. And the way this character sees things, experiences things, and goes about doing things is very unique and makes this story all the better. Molly is on the autism spectrum. It's not confirmed by the author or in the story, but you get that feeling, and it's not hard to assume. So she has trouble reading social cues, has trouble reading expressions on people's faces, has trouble with change, doesn't like change. Anything changes, it shakes her whole world. She likes routine, likes doing things in an orderly way. Everything is structured. Even her whole day is structured, basically, about when she gets to work, when she has a break, what she does on her break, when she gets home, what she does every day when she gets home, how she interacts with people. It's all very structured. Any deviation seems to affect her very strongly. So it's not hard to assume that she's somewhere on the autism spectrum. The thing I like about Molly, this character in this book, is she's very loyal. She's very friendly. She's devoted to what she does, and she loves doing her job. I love the fact that there are certain people in the hotel, certain guests and certain employees who appreciate her for who she is, and they're friends with her in a way. The guests are friendly with her. She makes good friends for some of the staff in the hotel. So I really like that, and I really like the way the character goes about her business, goes about her day. I love her positive attitude. And I love these little sayings she has when she goes about doing things she's picked up from her grandmother who raised her from a child, things she's picked up from her boss who gives motivational speeches, sometimes to the staff. I love the way that she uses those things in her own observations and in her interactions, and also when she's just going about doing things herself. She has these sayings that go through her head sometimes, and they just make this character feel so special. The main mystery in this book is that one of the rooms that Molly regularly cleans is for a VIP client. And this client is a rich guy and his second wife. And she cleans this room every day. The guy isn't very nice. Not nice to her, not nice to other people. Molly thinks that this guy is abusing his wife. She sees bruises on the wife's arms and shoulder. And the wife and Molly become friends of a sort, and one day this guy is found dead in his hotel room, and Molly finds the body. She also sees something else in the room, but we don't know what that is, and then she faints. And one of the things about this character, Molly, is that when she gets really stressed, overly stressed, she passes out. Then the police arrive and start investigating, and at first Molly is a witness, so she's taken down to the police station to be interviewed as a witness. And she acts very strangely, or the police think she acts very strangely in being interviewed. So they're a bit suspect about her. They think the way she answers questions, the way she acts when they're talking to her is very suspect. So they're wondering if she has something to do with the murder as well. So just the way she interprets things that the police are asking her, the way she answers things, the way she acts, just her mannerisms, her body language, make people suspect her, even though as a reader she's very endearing to us and we want her to be innocent. Well, I wanted her to be innocent in the story. Just the other characters, the police, other people in the hotel start to wonder Is she guilty? The best thing about this book, I think, apart from the Molly character, is other characters in the story as well. They're written very well. I'd say almost every character in this book is written almost perfectly. And the author's done a great job in giving us these characters bit by bit. And always from Molly's point of view, it seems. And the way the characters unfold, are they being nice to Molly for their own reasons? Are they using Molly? Is Molly interpreting things properly? What did Molly really see in that hotel room? Is Molly hiding something herself? All these things play out in this novel, and they play out so well, and it's bit by bit, piece by piece as we go along. And I love that about this book. The mystery element is so strong, and we don't find out the truth until the very end. I don't really want to give away too much about this book, because I really think you should read this book. I didn't know anything about this book until I read it. I didn't even read the blurb. I wanted to read the book without knowing anything about it, and I just found it so captivating, almost from the first page. And I found it captivating because of Molly's voice. The story is written from her voice, and it's a really unique voice and very well written. I think this author is a really good author, and I want to go out there and try to find other books from this author. I'm not sure if she's written any other books. I hope she has, because I thought this was a wonderful book. Molly, our main character, I thought was a great character. I don't know how the author came up with this character, but I thought it was so well written, seemed very real. Her voice did seem a bit overdone in certain sections, so that's probably a small flaw. But for the whole tone of the novel, I think it fit very well. I liked her voice. I liked the way she saw things, and I liked the way she thought about things. I liked those sayings that she has when she's cleaning or when she's going about doing things. She has certain sayings she says over and over again at different times. Sometimes it irritates other characters in the book, but I thought it was quite endearing, and I thought that it showed a completeness to the character, and the character felt so well-rounded. Her history with her gran, that comes through in the book as well, and that felt really real as well. And that history with her gran motivates the character in the future timeline, in the present timeline. I liked this character very much. One of the best characters, I think, that I've read for this year anyway. Giselle. Giselle is the wife of the guy who's murdered in the hotel. I thought this character was very well crafted. A lot of layers to this character, and you're never sure if this character is guilty or not. Is she telling the truth or not? And why does she want to be friends with Molly? What's her motivation behind that? You know, is it usual for maids in a hotel and for guests to be friends, even if the guest is there quite often? Does that normally happen? And if it does, what's the motivation behind that? All these things play into this character, and I thought this character was very well written. There's a lot of mystery behind this character, and we find out different things as we go along in the story. And I think it's worth reading the story just to learn more about these other characters as well. And Giselle, I think, is a very special character in this book. Rodney is another character who works at the hotel, and he's a barman. He's another character that has a lot of mystery about him, and you're never sure what his motivations are. Is he being friendly with Molly for the wrong reasons or the right reasons? What's his purpose in the book? All these things play into part with Rodney. It does come across sometimes as a bit slimy, but sometimes he comes across as genuine. And he seems to flit in and out of that a bit in the book. So he's a very cleverly constructed character, very well rounded, and he is believable as a character in this story. There's a lot to like about Rodney as a character in this book. I could go on and on about other characters in the book that are just as good as the characters that I've described, but I don't want to go on too much because it might give too much away accidentally. But there are so many good characters in this story. I really do think you should read this book because almost every character is so well written. This book I thought was almost perfect. There's so much to like about this story. I thought it was a great mystery. It's one of those mysteries that is almost perfect in the way it's constructed. We don't know the truth until the very end. And as I was reading it, I was trying to dig into it a bit, trying to work out what really happened, who's guilty, and I couldn't work it out until I was shown at the very end. All the characters make this story so great to read. Molly's voice, I think, is a brilliant voice for this story, and I really do like that character. I got a feeling the character Molly may be a bit divisive for some people. Some people seem not to enjoy her as a character. A lot of people seem to enjoy her, so there's not a very good consensus about how people feel about this character. I think it was a good character, and I think it was a special character, and I thought Molly was very well written and well crafted. I rate this a 4 out of 5. I would read other books from this author, and I'm hoping this author produces more books in the future. I do review other mystery novels on my channel. If you don't want to miss out on those videos, check out my channel and subscribe. I also have a mystery playlist on my channel. Should be on your screen now.